Hi everybody, this is JPar, and this is the new review, Solo. A solo review. That's right, you knew I had to do it, folks. So this is Solo, a solo review, and yeah. So I'm gonna tackle Solo. I mean, I know I'm a little bit late. It's been a couple weeks, and we were just doing Graphicon, so we loved seeing everyone at Graphicon. It was such an amazing time, and big shout out to everyone who was there, and Pierre for putting it together. Graphicon, our fellow Eastlink family, Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Nerdy. So many shout outs, so many people, such a good time. I was so happy to see you all, and the great attendance for our live show was simply amazing, guys. I thank you so much for coming out and supporting us and seeing our show. We had such a good time, and we can't wait to do it again. So yeah, we did a live late night ticket show at Graphicon, and we were just pumped. That's like our third live show, and it was our biggest yet. And hopefully this thing just keeps growing. So thank you, only the fans. Thank you, the fans. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you so much. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Graphicon, great time. Can't wait to do it again. And now Solo, a solo review, folks. Yes, check that out. Millennium Falcon, sweet. So we're back, baby, we're back into the Star Wars universe, and I'm gonna break this down for you. We're back again, and in case you don't know, this is Solo, a Star Wars story. How quaint. It's a little Star Wars story for you. Yeah, that's right. So this movie is the latest from Disney Lucasfilm, and we got Alden Ehrenreich playing Han Solo. That's right. Harrison Ford is not playing Han Solo. Deal with it. I know. Whatever. I know. The Force Awakens was his last movie, so he's been trying to get out of playing Han Solo for quite some time. So Harrison Ford did his job. He got killed off in The Force Awakens, and there you go. Now we got Solo movies. So Alden Ehrenreich, he is Solo now, and we got Chewie back. We got Woody Harrelson. What? Emilia Clarke, the Khaleesi. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. Yeah, so yeah, no, don't worry, he's not shooting anybody in this video. In this movie. He actually, oh, is that a spoiler? I don't know. Whatever you do, don't look up This Is America. Just don't do it. I know it's tempting, but, he's got enough views. Give me more views. So here we go. We're getting into Star Wars, and I gotta say, I mean, anyone who's talked to me and heard my review of The Last Jedi will know that I was less than impressed with Last Jedi and the direction that Star Wars is going. But I gotta say, this was a nice, refreshing step back into the past. And I think that's why I appreciate this movie. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not as good as the original trilogy. It is, you know, maybe slightly better than Rogue One. But it's definitely better than The Last Jedi. That's right. I had to take a little breath there, because I just thought all these Star Wars movies are just going to go downhill from here. I was a little worried about this movie, as I think a lot of people were. There was a lot of rewrites on this movie. And thankfully, Ron Howard took over and made what seemed to be, you know, a pretty good movie. You know, it definitely has its flaws. It's not perfect, but we'll get into that. So yeah, we're here, and we're doing Solo. So I just gotta say, I know what you're thinking. I don't want to go see a movie about Han Solo that doesn't have Harrison Ford, and I feel ya. I am there with ya. And also, with that bad taste that Last Jedi left in my mouth, do I really want to invest my money in another Star Wars movie? I feel ya. I really do. Last Jedi hurt me too. But maybe you're one of those people that actually enjoyed Last Jedi. And if you enjoyed Last Jedi, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, Solo, it's a throwback. It's a throwback to the original trilogy, and I think you gotta give it a shot just based on that. And so what can I say? I'm gonna get into this. I'm sure people know that this movie was kind of a mess. It had many rewrites. So combined with that, Last Jedi, and not having Harrison Ford as Han Solo, I'm sure all that made for a weak box office for this movie, unfortunately. So a lot of people are kind of, this movie's kind of suffering from the sins of Last Jedi, unfortunately, and the other things that go with it. But I think it's undeserved. I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty good. And I'm going to give you my reviews. My review, not my reviews. It's only one review, folks. I'm going to give you my review out of 5-star rating without getting into too many spoilers. And then I'm going to flip into spoiler town, folks. And at that point, I'm going to give you my best and my worst. And then that's when I'm going to cut into this movie. I'll let you know what I really like and what I really don't like about this movie. So let's get this going on. Put it in the hyperdrive. Alright, so let's get this thing going. Let's hit the hyperdrive because this is a solo review. So, first of all, you gotta get over the fact that Harrison Ford is not in this movie, and that is played by Alden Ehrenreich. And I gotta say, he actually does a pretty good job. Within, not 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I forgot all about the fact that he is, Harrison Ford. And I can accept it. It's supposed to be a younger Han Solo. So I'm okay with this. He did some little things, little mannerisms, and I mean, even the way they did the lighting on him, I don't know if it was CGI, but it even kind of looked like him a little bit. So I kind of got over it. And even just being in that world, I felt like right away you were back into that old school Star Wars world, and I loved it. It was great. So we're back in that timeline, and because of that, like things were kind of junky. They weren't like shiny, or they didn't look the way things look now in the new movies. So it just felt comfortable. I felt like we were back in that galaxy far, far away, and we were home. Like really, that's what it felt like. So I was digging it, man. And as the movie kept going, I just kept thinking like, where does this movie get bad? Like, it's actually pretty good. And even the music kicked in at certain points. You're just like, whoa! Like, this is great. Like, the music was back, and it was just like, it felt like home. So that right away was just, that was a good thing. So I'm going to give this movie a 3.5. Now, why does it get a 3.5 stars out of 5? Well, I'm going to say it's not a perfect movie. And I feel like this is where Ron Howard really had to come in and fix stuff up, because near the end it just gets a little convoluted, it gets a little broken. I mean, we're kind of getting near the end of the movie, and me and one of my WPN crew members, we were watching the movie, and we're just like, okay, we know they got to take care of this, they got to take care of that, but where are they going to do this? Where are they going to? We know there's only so much time to this movie, so the ending's a little bit broken. They had to like throw together like 5 endings or something like that, just to make it feel complete. But nonetheless, it was a fun movie-going experience, and I think anyone who's a fan of the original trilogy will enjoy this movie. And like I said, it doesn't hold a candle to any of the original trilogy. That's why it's a 3.5. And I would say it's actually a little bit better than Rogue One. And I know if you look back at my reviews, you'll see that I gave Rogue One a 4 probably. But I mean, after seeing this, I mean, I would probably give it more like a 3.5. But I feel like this one's a little bit better than Rogue One. Maybe not. Some people might disagree. Leave a comment below. But yeah, So let's flip in the spoiler town, folks. Now this is where you can go see the movie, come back, see if your opinion matches up with mine, or, fuck it, just fucking listen. Just like, you know, I don't know if I should see this movie. Let me see what he says about spoilers first, and then maybe I'll decide. So right away, I just gotta say, there's not too many cameos in this movie. I found Rogue One did a lot of like the nudging and the winking at the camera kind of thing. Oh, was that so-and-so? It's like, oh yeah, it was. But this one, you know, it focuses itself more on the characters, which is good, because we got familiar characters already. We got Lando here, we got Chewie here, we got Han Solo. There's new characters here, like Kira, played by Emilia Clarke, the Khaleesi, and Beckett, played by Woody Harrelson. And there's other interesting characters that just show up. L337, just many, many more. And, you know, it's not afraid to, like, kill off characters either. They can introduce characters, and they can be cool characters, and they can also die in the same story. You're like, what? It's a little bit dark, which I enjoyed. But the big cameo is Darth Maul. What? Darth Maul? Wait a minute. Do your Star Wars timeline, folks. Let's see. So this would be somewhere after probably Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and in between there and A New Hope. So yeah, isn't Darth Maul supposed to be dead? Guess not. If you watch Star Wars Clone Wars, that animated series, you will see that Darth Maul does come back with robot legs. And that's right, he has robot legs. So this is cool. I mean, the potential is there, folks. The potential is there. We can have, because we are in spoilers now, Kira, who is Han Solo's love interest from his home planet, actually seems to be working for Darth Maul. Uh-oh, that's not good. Also, Woody Harrelson was doing the same. They were working for Paul Bettany's character, who was in turn working for Darth Maul and his group. So this is, wow, I mean, they could have like a Jedi show up if they make a Solo 2. I think there's a lot of cool stuff they could do with this, and I would like to see that. I'm way more excited about Solo 2 if they were to make that, as opposed to Episode 9. I mean, sorry, like, Johnson kind of killed it. He's like, oh, everyone's dead, everyone could be a Jedi now, so we're good. Like, I mean, there's nothing to look forward to. Everything they set up in The Force Awakens. Anyways, this isn't a Last Jedi review. This is a solo review. So let's continue on that path. So yeah, it was they set up a lot of stuff for what could potentially be a Solo 2, and I'm actually more excited to see that than Episode 9, which is crazy to say. It shouldn't be that way, but I mean, this is what we got now. Awesome though. I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, not as much as, you know, like the original trilogy, but it felt comfortable. And maybe over a few more viewings, I might even warm up to it and give it a higher rating. Who knows? But yeah, so what other things can I say? I mean, we see how Han Solo deals with these new interesting characters, and it feels like the big Star Wars world again. I mean, you see how he meets Chewie. Ends up being like thrown into a pig. You think it's like another Rancor of some kind, but he ends up being Chewbacca, and he ends up talking some Wookiee, which is neat. And then you know, they kind of work together to get out of there. His relationship with Beckett was interesting because that was his mentor, and just like tradition in all Star Wars movies, the mentor dies, but it's such a cool way this time. It's like Han shoots him because Beckett's like turned on him, or, you know, Beckett was working for Bettany the whole time. Whatever Paul Bettany's character is Dryden Voss, apparently. So yeah, he ends up shooting. Han shoots first, right? That's awesome. So you see like where he learns some of his things, like Han Solo gets this way, which is really cool. And of course, Lando is here, and you see how he gets the Millennium Falcon from him by playing cards, and Lando's cheating, and then of course, you know, he steals, at the end, he comes back from Millennium Falcon, and he like, and he like steals his trick card, basically, that he has up his sleeve. And Kira is here, his love interest from his home planet. and ends up working for the bad guy, but he doesn't know. Like, throughout the whole movie, it's like, you know someone's going to double cross him. Is it going to be Beckett? Is it going to be Kira? Is it going to be both? Well, it ends up being both, of course. They're like, one say, oh, don't trust her, don't trust him, don't trust anyone, and that's true, you shouldn't. Also, Warwick Davis was here. He played a character. He wasn't in, like, costume. He even got a line. Wow, that's amazing. So it's good to see Warwick Davis back. He's been in many Star Wars movies. He was in Phantom Menace in the audience during the pod race. He played a character in Rogue One who we covered. I can't remember his name. And also, he's Wicket from the Ewoks. So yeah, there was lots of awesome stuff in this. I enjoyed it. And I think anyone who's a fan of the original trilogy, they would enjoy this too. And, yeah, so, I don't know, what could I say? In the words of Miles, go see Solo, YOLO. It's a good movie. I mean, if you like those original movies, I think you're going to enjoy it. And, yeah, I thought it was a good, fun time at the theater. And it's not getting really good at the box office. And the thing is, if we don't go see movies like this, like good Star Wars movies, we're not going to keep getting good Star Wars movies. We're going to keep getting movies like The Last Jedi. So maybe, I would hope that people can go out and go see this movie and just, you know it's not going to be Harrison. You just got to take a step back. Just get over the fact that it's not Harrison Ford. Get over that Last Jedi hurt you. Just give it a chance. So yeah, you can always follow the conversation. You can always follow me, actually, at the JPar, and you can check me out on my other YouTube show, which is We Promise Nothing Show. Just type that in there. You'll find me and my friends doing an audio review of this and many other movies. And also, you can check me out on Eastlink if you subscribe to Eastlink in Canada. We are late night tickets. And yeah, what else can I say? Go to the We Promise Nothing show on Facebook. Give us a big old like. We like when you do that. Plus, you can see lots of awesome pictures from GraphicCon and lots of awesome videos, too, that we took. It was such a good time. So, until next time, this is JPar, signing out.